Hello everyone, Joy here. I'm back with this week's Minimalist Home Tour. In this week's Minimalist Home Tour, you'll be able to see that I've sort of recently addressed certain problem around my apartment and how it took me multiple steps that didn't actually involve taking any significant outward action to addressing this issue. Meaning there were a lot of psychological and mindset steps that it took for me to get this task done. Now, if you're someone like me who is perhaps used to sort of dismissing your own feelings and your own needs, or maybe somebody else was dismissive of you for your quirks or how you go about processing certain things or approaching certain things, I think this intro would be for you. So the issue I had with my apartment was a leaking problem, and I noticed it a while back, but it took me quite a bit of time in order for me to address it. Now, if someone, were to see me from outside looking in, they'll be like, what is your problem? Just fix it right away. Maybe you'll be impatient with me. For some of us, certain issues or certain tasks can seem a lot more difficult than it might otherwise seem to somebody else. And I think it's okay to stop being ashamed of the way you approach how you tackle your own life. For instance, in order for me to address this wallpaper issue, one of the first stumbling blocks that I had to sort of overcome is realizing that I do deserve to address this issue. I'm someone who can actually pretty much put up with a very uncomfortable situation for a very long time. I'm very good at dissociating, especially if it's a very stressful situation, or I'll feel like maybe I don't need to make too much of a big deal when there's some issue, and especially if it involves communicating my needs to somebody else and get somebody else to fix the problem for me. I have very hard time first of all, deciding to bring it to the table because I'm kind of afraid of being shut down or being told that I'm being difficult or anything like that. Whereas, if you were somebody else with more strong sense of, self and strong sense of comfort for themselves, put themselves first, they wouldn't really have problem addressing this issue. So instead of going straight to the landlord, with the problem, who has in the past definitely dismissed some of my concerns, I decided to open up to someone close to me about how I don't really like this dirty wallpaper and the leaking in my apartment. You might make fun of me for being like, why didn't you just fix it right away? But it's a necessary step for me, first of all, to decide that I don't want this. I don't want to live like this. And then the next step I did is finding someone I trust about this issue to communicate that I'm frustrated. And of course, they advised me, you should address it to them right away. Like, it's normal, if you're renting a place, they should fix it for you. And which I knew legally that is right. But, I guess I needed that extra push. And the day I decided I'm going to bring it up to the landlord, I actually didn't contact the landlord because I wanted to make sure it's the right decision. So I slept on it. And then next day I took some pictures of the problem around my apartment and then sent it to the landlord. And for me, just doing that simple act of taking pictures and sending it to him took multiple hidden steps that involve psychological work and essentially reaching out for help, moral support at the very least. This could be applied to any other aspect in your life. I remember reading this book about habits and how to basically make them stick. I can't remember which book it was from, but it does say if you want to become fit and you want to exercise regularly, your goal, you need to break down your goal into the very, very, very small step. Instead of deciding you're going to go to the gym in the morning, perhaps the action that you should take right now is taking out your gym shoes and putting them by the bed. It's not even about you getting to the gym, it's about you getting the gym shoes ready. And that's a very small step. That's very, very in the beginning stage of actually getting to the gym. But it's necessary for some people. That's just something I want to talk about, and that's what it reminded me of for this week. I don't want to be the type of person who, allow myself or others or whatever, the world in general, to constantly make excuses to never do anything. I would like to argue objectively, I am a pretty productive individual. I do multiple things. I run a business, go to grad school, have a YouTube channel, many hobbies. I do keep in touch with important relationships in my life. I just want to, address the fact that it doesn't matter how productive or whatever someone looks from the outside. They might be struggling with things that you don't know, and it might take them a different pathway for them to get the task done and get to where they need to go. I think this is why I have a bit of a problem with, company or culture that micromanages the process, because I feel like everybody, once they have a goal, like a task that needs to get done, everyone takes different paths and everyone has different needs to get the task done. So I'm more of a result-oriented person. In the future, if I were to have an employee, I'll just tell them the metrics and a deadline that I need them to reach, and then sort of, stay hands-off. Because if you need to meditate in order for you to accomplish that one small task, by no means go ahead. If you need to reach out socially to complete that one task, by no means go ahead. If you need to do a live YouTube video to sort things out, by no means go ahead, right? Every one of us approach certain things in our life in different ways. And again, if you don't really seem to need all these steps to get things done and live your life, more power to you. There's really no pressure for you to find problem where there isn't any. But if you are someone like me who tend to struggle with seemingly very small task, and then constantly seem to fail, I would like to invite you to recognize what small steps you need to take and what kind of hidden inner work that you need to do to get there. And I would like to say, do not be ashamed of taking the necessary steps that are unique to you. It does not matter how small, insignificant the task, how small and insignificant the step it is. Find what works for you. They say, like in fitness and nutrition, right? Like check in with your body, how you feel after you eat something. Why not do the same when it comes to, when it comes to your mindset, to getting yourself out the door in the morning? And I think that's one of the gentler way, and there's really no shame in whatever you need to do. What preparation it takes for you to get to where you need to go. And I think that's quite fair. And without further ado, let's start this week's Minimalist Home Tour. Let's go. Hello everyone, I've got micro changes around my apartment and a couple of points that I would love to talk about. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Here's obviously my bedroom right here. I've always got a toilet paper because I have kind of a sniffly nose and I like to blow my nose a couple times. And another thing that I want to point out about my bedroom situation, as you can see down here as well, and up there on that corner, I've been having some leaking problems and wallpaper problems. Obviously, I had the same problem right around my AC over here, staple of my household. But yeah, I've already contacted the landlord. So apparently one of the pipes have melted down and the water has been leaking. So what's going to happen is I have asked him to replace the wallpapers for me. And they're gonna fix the problem this morning, at least the pipe problem, the leaking problem. And then within this, after about a week, when the walls dry, supposedly, the landlord is going to go ahead and change out the wallpapers for me. I hope he delivers on that promise, because that's not looking pretty at all. And I'm not a big fan, but I'm trying to ignore it because for the most part, I don't really notice it if I don't pay too much attention to it, except I just told the whole internet to pay attention to that. But anyway, over here, of course, there's my laundry rag. Usually I would keep this one over in this corner so that I can easily access my fridge and such. But if I don't have that much laundry, like if these wings can be folded in, I don't mind keeping them like that. And I want to show you another situation. So this is my closet situation, right? Down there is my winter clothes or anything that I don't need right away. I keep in my suitcase. So my suitcase is essentially my storage unit. But as you'll see, these are clean laundry that I haven't folded yet. And underneath are laundry that are already folded that, like for instance, right here, like this is folded laundry. The reason why I've had them mixed up is usually I will keep my clean laundry that I don't feel like folding yet behind my door handle. There's usually a bag hanging here. But the bag that I usually use for that is right over there and it's hanging here. And this is my work laundry right now that I'm going to take to work today. And then I had another blue bag just like this, but the handles have kind of like fallen apart and like this, but worse. So that's why I'm using that for work needs. And so for the time being, I don't have a big enough bag where I can keep all my clean laundry that I don't feel like folding. But I didn't want to put them on the floor or anything like that. That's why they're in there. So, you know, slight imperfection going on around my house, as you can see. But yeah, from this angle, you know, it doesn't look too cluttered, hopefully. And over here, I have way too much toilet paper, and you'll see in the kitchen tour in a minute, I have even more toilet paper there. This was 1+1 deal. I didn't feel like getting them, but I had to get them like at nighttime, and these were the only ones that were in the store. And if it's 1+1, I'm not gonna, you know, not take extra toilet paper. But yeah, I'm gonna have to store them better, but that's what's going on. And of course, I've got a book and a little hairstyling tool and my trusted yoga mat and, you know, a little cap here. Let's go into the fridge. Yep, there's, you know, it's pretty clean. I need to go shopping for more shrimp and things like that. Perhaps I'll do that today. I think I will do that today, actually, in fact, or tomorrow, because I'm gonna be cooking a bit on Sunday. But over here, I've got some green apples and, you know, some essential stuff like household items. Of course, I've got my Brita to avoid having plastic water bottle waste, and works just fine for me. And let's just go into the bathroom. Ta-da! There's shampoo and conditioner. I have thrown out the other conditioner, of course, because I've used it up. And it's a wet bathroom. So in Korea, we have drain in every bathroom, even though it has a bathtub, whatever. Those bathrooms will still have a drainage, which makes sense because bathrooms tend to get wet pretty easily. So that's what's going on. And I need to get a new mold killing solution, but I have like a spray on type in my kitchen right now. So maybe I'll go ahead and just use that in the bathroom as well for now. And then once I run out of that, maybe I'll get a new solution. So for now, that's what's going on. I've got 2 cleaning tools, bigger scrubbers for toilet and floor and the smaller scrubbers for top surfaces. And I've got a little bit more hygiene products in my bathroom because some of these were gifts. Like for instance, all this was a gift from my mother, and that one as well. This is a shower gel, and that one I already had, so that's a cleansing foam. So usually it would just be these I have. And what I did was she gave me a mini sample cool skincare products, so I actually try to use them up first before I use my regular items. So that's what's going on. I've got my trusted Vaseline, of course, and this is face cream, which I also could use for the body, and I do sometimes. And I've got a new tattoo. Maybe I'll do like a tattoo reveal someday. So I've been putting Vaseline on it. So this has been coming in handy, which is very, very nice. Of course, sun cream, which I'm trying to use more of. In fact, I'm going to put this on, excuse me, before I leave today. And yeah, this is a body lotion, so on and so forth. And these creams are pretty amazing. They're very moisturizing, so on and so forth. And this soap was also pretty much a gift to me. And up here, some items that I don't really access as much. I don't shave as much anymore, but I do have a razor for just in case. And I've got these nose strips that I use mostly for entertainment, to be honest. I like picking up my filaments. I don't really have many blackheads, but it's just like the white filaments that I like picking out sometimes. And of course, a Q-tip, and then there's toothpaste over there. In fact, I do need to take a toothpaste to work, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So sometimes I do use my home as sort of a storage, and sometimes my work can be kind of a storage, but I don't have too many personal items at work, so don't think that I'm just hiding a bunch of stuff at work. It's mostly just work stuff, but sometimes I'll forget and like leave my shoes there or something like that. So and me being a weird OCD freak, I need to wash my hand after touching bathroomy things. And let's go ahead and move into the kitchen area. Ta-da! So I've got my indoor running shoes from work. So I left these at work because one time I wore these to work, and then I have dress shoes at work. So I've got 4 pairs of shoes right now in my life. So when I was switching, I left them there. But nowadays, mostly I just wear my sandals to work, and then I just change into the dress shoes there. So that way I don't even have to put on socks because I'm pretty lazy. That's why my main shoes, like these outdoor shoes, they are very easy to put on. It takes me, basically 1 second to put them on. I feel really kind of annoyed about wasting any time even tying shoes or anything like that. But those aren't ideal for running. That's why I keep these, mostly for outdoor exercises. But yeah, I'll just like walk around outside with those shoes because they're easy. And during summer, I'll just wear sandals because it's very easy that way. And here's kitchen situation. Normally I would have these in the cabinet, but you'll see in a minute my cabinet is actually quite full with a bunch of toilet paper. So I use my kitchen cabinet for pretty much storing any type of items, anything from bags to like seasoning to like bug killing solution to like Ziploc bags. So I got these for a picnic and I've been keeping it there, and then miscellaneous items. So like one of those random things, right? Nail clippers, sunglasses, or whatever, like little items that I do use but don't immediately need. I just store them in that little mince bag over there. But yeah, for the most part, it's just toilet papers galore. And as you already know, there's pretty much nothing in here except some documents that were here originally when I first moved in and rented the apartment, and I don't want to throw any of them away just because I don't want to be held accountable for taking out an item that's supposed to stay in the apartment. And of course over here I keep my regular food trash in this little bag. So I don't really have a trash can. I just keep, because once I put some trash in it, the bag will keep a shape, so I don't need a trash can. But there's some new trash bags, and there's a food trash bag, laundry detergent. I've got a little mattress. I'm gonna take those to the beach for the holidays in August, so I'm really excited about that. And this is a mold killing solution that I was telling y'all about. It's pretty much interchangeable. You can use it in the bathroom as well. You can see in the picture. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run through that product first before I get a new mold killing solution. See me? And I like to sort of like twist and close the top so I don't really attract bugs. Now this trash bag is actually quite big. I tend to use smaller one for the home stuff so that I don't attract bugs or things don't smell too bad, and like they can fill up and go fast. But this trash bag happened to be from work because one day I forgot to bring my laundry bag to work, and then I had a bunch of clean towels, so I put the dirty towels into a clean trash bag and carry them home, and I'm going in, and that's that trash bag, and I'm using that right now at home. But usually I'll use a slightly smaller trash bag, and I'll use a bigger trash bag at work. Just things that make sense, rational things. And yeah, that's it for this week's minimalist home tour. Obviously nothing drastic as per usual, but you can see there are little signs here and there, and you can see how I still need to do mini home maintenance and things like that. And there's more to be done still. I need to go grocery shopping and so on and so forth. But sometimes, if you can make like little progress every day, maybe today you call the landlord and tomorrow you deal with it, and, so on and so forth. That would be, that's pretty much how every one of us lives, isn't it? None of us are superheroes. We're just doing our best. And let's just go to the outro. So that was my minimalist home tour. I hope y'all liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time with more home tours. Bye!